Bryan Bickell's here.
Oh, you prepared?
No, not at all. Bryan Bickell, everybody. All right, we're here at the Hawks Convention doing the John Scott podcast called Dropping the Gloves. Bickell, thanks for coming, buddy.
Yeah.
So Bryan was my roommate when I played for the Hawks for 2 years. Greatest roommate I ever had. So fun. We were just talking before we turned this on. One of my friends asked me if we'd ever been in a fight. And we said, yes, we have.
Yeah.
And the fight happened in the AHL. I think it was my second year in the A, probably your first maybe.
That was my second year.
Your second year, so we were still pretty fresh, and we met up behind the net. And Bryan shoved somebody, turned around, and I was there. And I knocked him out one punch.
Well, that's your side of the story.
And it was great.
I didn't win the fight because you're 18 feet tall.
Yeah,
I got pushed, and I was really mad. And I was like, who the hell? And then I get up, and I'm like, oh.
Yes.
And then, obviously, the gloves dropped, and it wasn't a one punch. You punched me a couple times, and then I couldn't get you, so I was like, yeah.
It was a one punch, and then he went down. That's how I saw it, and that was it. But anyways, well, you know, it's all semantics. We'll move past it.
Yeah.
We obviously have a good relationship now. We roomed for 2 years, like I said. And I'll say this. One of the best things about rooming with Bryan was he was very low maintenance.
Pretty simple.
Let me control the channel switcher.
Well, you're older.
I was older. He let me control pretty much everything of the room. It was very nice.
Yeah.
We'd go to dinner, I would order for him. I'd say, Bryan, it's time to go to bed. Go to bed.
I would go to bed pretty quick. I'm a sleeper. I hit the pillow, I'm down.
He's like, you will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep. But, no, it was great. So we'd go out to dinner, and I don't know if you guys remember, there's this game. What was it called?
Scrabble for friends.
Words with Friends.
Words with Friends, yes.
And we would play throughout dinner. We'd sit beside each other at the bar,
Yeah.
and we'd get our phones, and we would play Words with Friends together. And that was our routine on the road. And I would
You would win most of the
just
time.
dominate Bryan at this
I've
game.
actually won a couple times.
And
Okay.
it was funny because the words you would throw out there were just like fantastic. You loved the
Just
Q's.
The Q's.
QAT, cat, had no idea that was the word.
Yeah.
And that was our routine, and we would do that every day on the road.
Every day, yeah. It was a meal, and we had to play Words with Friends. That was a thing.
It was great. It was lovely.
Yeah.
And then we'd jump on the plane and we would play cards.
Cards, and I dust you in cards.
No.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, like, we were lucky enough, we travel private, we'd have a private plane, and so you'd get done with the game, and you would pack up all your gear. Well, you wouldn't. Someone would pack it up for you. You'd go to the plane, there'd be a nice card table, you jump on the plane, there'd be a deck of cards, and we'd have 4 or 5 guys who'd play cards. And some of the guys weren't the greatest. Like, we play with Marty Turco, he was okay. Brian Campbell, who was
Not very good.
No, he was not very good at all. Like, Troy Brower was okay. He was very serious about it.
Very serious.
Not very fun to play with.
No.
And then me and Bryan would play all the time. And I would like to say we would gamble a little bit.
Not much.
Not much, you know.
Just a friendly gamble.
But
I did win.
you did put my kids through college. I really appreciate that because
Kids, you got 5 of them.
I got 5 of them. So it was really nice. And we play schnarps and spades and all that stuff, and it was so fun.
Yeah.
But okay, let's talk about you a little bit. How many cups do you have under your belt?
Well, none right now, but I say 2. I was a part of the 2010, but
How many rings do you have at home?
I have 3 rings. at home.
Okay.
Yes.
Your name's on the cup twice.
Twice.
He's got 3 rings.
Yeah.
Here, yeah, come on. Give it to him. You were a huge part of 2 cups, and the first one you were a black ace, or you were?
I was there. I was like you, a healthy scratch most of the
Oh
time.
my goodness. Holy shit.
Actually,
Okay.
I actually helped. So Taves broke a record for the longest streak in playoffs.
Well, thanks for having us being here, Bryan. No, go ahead. So Taves, what was the streak you broke?
So Taves broke the longest playoff streak for 19 games or whatever, and then I actually assisted on his goal. So I actually did play a little bit.
What was
of
his
playoffs.
streak though? What was the 19 games?
Like 19 games in a row with having a point in playoffs.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. I didn't know that. And you were on one of those.
I was on there. Yeah.
The second round?
Second round, Nashville.
They should have put your name on the cup.
No.
I think so.
No, I don't believe it.
If you contributed in the
It
playoffs?
made me want to win it again.
Whose name was on the cup that you thought, what a joke? My name should be there instead of his.
I don't know.
No,
No,
because
I
they
don't.
put, how many names did they get allotted for that
I
cup?
don't know.
You know how many
No, I
names.
don't know.
Because you probably
I
saw
know
the
you have
list.
to play like 40 games, and then you have to get.
But they can do exemptions if you did play. I know they do that. So when you saw the list and you saw, oh my gosh, that guy's name's on there?
I'm not like that.
I am.
No, I know you are.
Because I would have been like, no. What? So come on.
No, I didn't have a name.
Really?
Yeah.
You're better than I am.
I'm just too nice.
You are too nice. So Bryan's an avid fisherman.
Yes.
He loves to fish. You guys probably know that.
Yeah.
What do you like to fish for the most?
I like to fish for bass.
Bass? Anything in particular? Why? Just to fight?
Just it's like my quiet place. When I played hockey, I would go to summers and I would fish just to kind of recharge the batteries. Some guys golfed. I fished, and now I'm retired. I'm just hoping to fish a lot more. I know Amanda's around here somewhere. My wife.
She won't let you fish?
She's she lets me at times. But it's like my happy place. Everyone's got a happy place. My happy place is on the boat.
I need to find a happy place. I don't even know where my happy place is.
No?
I don't know. Do I have a happy place?
You tell yourself that.
I don't know. What's my happy
On the
place?
toilet?
The shit. What? The ice rink?
Sunday nights.
Sunday night ice
Men's
rink.
league.
That's true. I do play men's league Sunday night, and the game will end, and I'll sit in the locker room for like 3-4 hours. And I'll come home, and my wife's like, "Where have you been?" I'm like, "Oh, I lost track of time." And then everyone bought a lot of beer, and it's just kind of whatever. So, yes, I guess the ice rink would be mine, but fishing sounds a lot better. That is nice. So, what are you doing with your time now? You retired 2 years ago. 1 year ago?
2 years ago. I don't know.
2 years ago, whatever.
Whatever it is.
So, what do you do? What keeps you busy? You got two little girls
Got
running
two
around.
girls, Michaela, Kinsley, and obviously Amanda keeps me busy. But,
Amanda sounds like a real pill. Where did she go? Amanda.
She's just happy that I'm around more.
That's good.
No, I've been doing a lot of traveling. I've been working with a couple companies to doing motivational speaking, actually.
Which we talked about last night, which I found very interesting that you're
Very
a motivational
interesting how to
speaker.
be a motivational
Because
speaker.
Bryan couldn't put two words together when we were
Oh.
playing.
What are you talking about? I'm good.
A funny story is, sorry to cut you off, so we would be in the room and we'd have to call our wives before we go to bed.
When you go in the washroom to call your wife.
So because I knew it was gonna be a long call.
Yeah.
And so Bryan, we'd be laying there, and he'd look over at me, go, "Watch this. This is how it's done." Dial up Amanda. Bing, bing. "Hey babe, how's it going?" Yep. Love you. Okay, bye. Boom. 45 seconds. I'm like, "Oh, what?"
Yeah.
He was like, "That's how it's done." And I go, "All right, I'll be back in an hour." And I'd go and sit on the toilet for an hour.
And I'm sleeping when he comes up.
It was so funny. It's
True.
so true. But okay, so now you do motivational speaking.
Yeah. Just talk about my story of my career and then overcoming obstacles, obviously being in the minors and different things, obviously with the MS.
Do you want to touch on that? I didn't know if you want to go into that.
The MS?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really. I'm open.
Okay.
Just overcome things, put your mind to anything, never give up. Just things like that.
Yeah. And so everything's going good? You're feeling
it's
good?
I get treatments and it's once a month and I just live every day like it's not like the last, but
Still,
I
you get
enjoy
that
it.
scare. Yeah.
Enjoy it.
And speaking of motivational, your last game, the shootout, how cool was that?
It was cool. It's funny. We went to OT. We had like a couple breakaways back and forth. So I was like, oh, whatever. And then Bill Peters, I had him as a coach
Yep.
with Rockford. he ran down the bench. He says, "You're gonna shoot," and I'm like, "Oh, sweet!" Like I've only had one other attempt, and I remember I missed the net, so I'm like, "Shit, I gotta do better this." So I'm like, I better score, so I can say that I have a better shooting percentage than
Me, probably,
Taves and Kane. And
50%'s pretty good.
So then go down, and I don't even know where. I just picked a spot and I went in, and I hit the post, and it was cool to see the Philly fans because they're pretty bad.
They're the worst fans in the NHL.
They're pretty bad, but they're cheering and,
That's
and
cool.
see the other team and respect, and to finish off that way, it was definitely cool.
That's really cool. Nice. Yeah, the Philly fans, by the way, I've had full cups of chew spit thrown on me in Philly where you're sitting in the penalty box and the cup perfectly hits the edge of the glass and gets dumped all over you, and then have full beer cans thrown at you when you go to the bus, and they're saying things I wouldn't even say to my worst enemy. And it's just awful. So, Philly was the worst. They're different fans, different breed.
They're passionate.
They're very, very passionate, is right. All right, so now, let's talk about me a little bit.
Okay.
What did you like about rooming with me? What was because I know I was good, but what was I great at? Like, what did
What
you
were you
love?
great at?
Yeah, like, what was it like?
You're great at making laughs. I think our chemistry. I don't see you that much anymore, but it feels like it was like 6-7 years ago when we roomed together. Now it's still
feels
there.
like-
We gotta get back together.
We should just jump upstairs.
Yes.
Just lay down
And just
together.
hang out. It's like we never left.
I know.
Just good company and good laughs. I think is the biggest thing in our relationship. It was good.
So one of the pranks Bryan played on me, and it almost got me divorced. It was really bad. So we had a room, and the room's usually clean. And so one day we were in the room, like, oh, look, there's a bra strap there. And it was just laying in one of the closets or something. And so Bryan threw that in my bag on the way home. So I got home, and I go home, and I throw my bag in the closet or whatever, and I come home, and my wife has just got this stone look on her face. And she's like, I think we should talk. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And she's like, what's this? And I'm like, what? What? And she's like, what's this in your bag? And I'm like, well, I have no idea what you're talking about. And she pulls out a bra strap. I'm like, fucking Bryan Bickell threw that in my bag. And I was like, are you kidding me? So we honestly, it went on for the whole, she's like, yeah, right, no one would do that. Like, no, why would he ever? I'm like, because he's a piece of garbage. And he threw it in my bag.
That's a good joke.
And I think I even had to call you. I can't remember how we diffused the situation, but that was like one of the
FaceTime.
greasiest thing that has ever happened to me. And I was just like, oh my gosh. I was
And look,
just,
you guys got 5 kids now. You guys are great. Stronger than ever.
I guess what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? Oh my gosh. So bad. All right, let's see. Okay, now that what's the
We got a lot
typical,
of stuff.
well, this is for people who are super boring when I
Yeah.
don't know what to talk about.
Oh, okay.
And I just go, okay, well, what's your favorite restaurant in Chicago, Bryan?
Yeah. I'm not answering that.
No. Okay, so now that you're retired, you got a lot of stuff going on. When you're not fishing, when you're not, what's a typical day for you? Chase after the kids?
Yes. Chasing, cleaning, diapers, feeding, and repeat.
So how is the diaper changing go in your house? Is it strictly on you?
No, it's at both sides. It's whoever smelt it, fixes
Delta?
it. Yeah.
Whoever smells it fixes it? Did you guys ever have, one of the worst experiences I've ever had, and it's happened to me multiple times, where
Yeah, I can imagine.
where you walk in the room and the kids have been sleeping, and during their nap they decided to dig into their diaper and wipe the poo everywhere. Has that ever happened to you?
That has not happened.
Really?
To me. No, those are
Am
not
I
my
the only
kids.
one?
Just your kids.
I had a solid 2-week period where my twins, they thought it was a game. And I would have to walk into the room and it would smell like a zoo had just exploded in there. And there would be poo smeared on the walls, up and down the cribs. And I legit would have to go, okay, here we go. Let's get the spray out and clean it up. That is not an abnormal thing to happen in my house.
No, that's never happened to me. No.
Has that ever happened to anybody else with kids? You are?
Yeah.
We tape the diaper on now with tape. So I take hockey tape and I literally tape the diaper on, and then it's like we tried to put the pajamas on backwards, we tried the sleep sack, and they still were like Houdinis and would get out of it. But now, the tape works, so I recommend that.
Tape.
It's so bad. It's so
I
bad.
can't imagine that.
All right, so when you were
Sorry.
playing, what was Other than, okay, it's hard because I know you're going to say the cup were your best moments. Like, what was your first game like? Tell me about that experience. Who were you playing?
Detroit.
Okay, we'll try that again. The Detroit,
Detroit, the Red Wings.
In Detroit or in Chicago?
In Chicago.
Okay.
Center. It was my first call up. I was we were in Norfolk as a farm team, so I flew obviously from Norfolk to go to the game. That night, played against Detroit, scored my first game, which is definitely cool. Chelios was trying to check me, and I ended up scoring, so that's definitely kind of cool. But yeah, those are the good memories. You know, you scored your first game. I scored against Turco the next game.
Really?
So 2-2, and then they're like, "Well, we better start playing this guy." And then obviously Blackhawks didn't make the playoffs, and I got sent back down, and then I.
Oh, so you got called up right near the end of the year?
Yeah.
That's a good impression.
They were just like, "Oh, we're gonna give this guy a try," and then I did well, and then.
What round were you drafted?
Second.
Oh.
Yeah, we had 4 second-round draft picks that year.
Who were the other 4? Or the 3? Excuse me.
Bolin.
Oh.
Ryan Garlock.
Never heard of him.
And then, I don't know, some French guy. I don't know.
Those French guys are the worst.
Yeah.
Who was your worst teammate?
Worst
Who did you hate?
teammate?
Or coach? Either one.
Oh.
Who did you hate the most?
I don't really have that word in my vocabulary.
Who didn't you jive with?
I don't know. Shoot, I don't know.
It's funny, when I came here, I always used to say I hated Burr.
Yeah.
Because before I met him, we were playing in a game. I was playing, gosh, I can't remember. He was playing for Chicago and I was playing for somebody else. And during the timeouts, I would skate around, and then he would skate behind me and pretend he couldn't skate, like mocking me like I'm a terrible hockey player.
Yeah.
So the first time I met Burr, I'm like, I want to take your head off right now. I said, stay away from me. I don't like you. Just don't even come near me. And he slowly, like a weed, like grows on you, and now I kind of like him a little bit. But yeah, there's a lot of guys who I don't like who I played with.
I don't have any of those guys.
Really? Clutterbuck, I didn't like. Well, he was okay, but he annoyed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just a very, you know me.
Yeah.
I like you or I don't.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
True. And you beat him up.
I do beat a lot of people up. I almost fought Kaner one time, actually. When we went out for a rookie dinner, he was annoying me. And I think he threw a water on me. And I looked at him, I said, if you do that again, I'm going to come across the table and take your head off.
That's when Kaner is crazy.
Yeah, that's when it was during a rookie party. I was like, I flipped a switch, and I was like, I'm going to kill you.
I can't remember. That was my rookie party. So.
Yeah, and so, yeah, it was bad. So I don't know. I guess I've grown with age. I don't do that anymore. Okay, anyways, back to the fun stuff. Well, let's try to do some rapid fire, switch it up a little bit.
All right.
All right, your favorite, so you fought a little bit.
A little bit.
Who was your favorite fight? Other than getting knocked up by me.
My favorite fight, probably Wayne Simmons' fight.
Oh, really? He was a
beat him
tough
up.
kid.
I beat him.
How did you beat him up?
He only weighs like 190
But
pounds.
he's like a super tough kid.
Yeah, he's super tough, and he's got long arms, but he's 100 and he's small.
Still, he's actually a really good fighter. Okay,
Yeah.
favorite hockey movie?
Slapshot.
Favorite athlete outside of hockey?
Favorite athlete?
Not a fisherman either.
Favorite athlete outside of hockey? I can't remember. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, you're so
You put me
boring.
on the spot here.
You're so incredibly
My
boring.
brain doesn't really move that fast.
I don't
anymore.
know.
I get
You're
in
such a
the
good
right
motivational
zone.
speaker.
Well, I'm talking about myself. I prepare. I don't have to put on the spot. I don't know.
All right, let's hold that one. Favorite athlete? That he stumped Bryan Bickell.
Yeah.
Favorite beer?
My beer, Cream by Bickell.
You have a beer?
Yes, I have a beer.
Let's just back the truck up here. How did you have a beer?
A brewery back home wanted to make a beer after me, so we make beer.
And you called it Cream by Bickell.
Yes, because it's a
Because that sounds delicious.
It's a cream ale.
I know when I want something in my mouth,
That's what I
want a Cream by Bickell.
I know you can take it that way because your mind's that side. But that's my part of my game, my cream guys, you know?
Oh my gosh.
Dirty crowd back here.
We're going to get that sound
I
bite.
hit guys really hard, okay?
That's going to be the title of this podcast. Bryan Bickell Creams Guys on the weekend.
And we have another one that's called Biscuit in the Basket. It's
The other there's going to be a facial beer, and there's going to be a... Okay, so Cream by Bickell.
Yeah.
If you don't have it, get it now.
Yeah.
And can you please, to end it off, tell the story about how you fell asleep in the dentist chair?
Yeah,
Please.
I was getting a root canal. You got the, freezing, and then it's like, okay, we're gonna pull this one out. It's basically, blowing up because I got hit in the mouth. And then, I just took a nap.
So
I'm a professional napper. Like I'm
what
pretty
disease
good at
do you have? Why do you fall asleep all the time?
Because
Are you lazy, or do you have like
I'm not relaxed.
narcolepsy?
I don't have narcolepsy. I've actually had multiple tests to see if I have narcolepsy. I
Then
don't.
can you-
I just fall in a deep sleep really quick and easy.
Where's the funniest spot you've ever fallen asleep?
Oh, funniest spot. Funny you guys always left me on the bus.
It was so good. We'd pull up to the hotel or to the plane, and we'd all get off, and Bryan would just be sitting there on the bus sleeping.
Then the bus driver would
We
take
start
a
driving
couple
away.
laps, and I'm like sitting, and I wake up, I'm like, oh, funny one, guys.
It was
Let's go
so
back to the
good.
hotel.
Oh, it was great.
Done that many times.
Didn't you fall asleep on the bench one time?
No, that's false.
I thought you fell asleep on
No,
the
I
bench and then
didn't
woke
fall
up
asleep.
and then saw your line mates on the ice.
Story. This is when we were in the minors. So I was in the box, took a penalty, obviously done penalty, come back to the bench, and then obviously
Fell asleep.
I had the shift and I was tired of sitting on the bench recovering.
Sleeping.
And then both my line mates went out, and I was like, well, wait. Both my line mates are out there, but I didn't realize there was a whistle and there was another penalty, so there's another guy of our team in the box, so I hopped on the ice, and Mike Havlin was the coach. I hopped on and I just grabbed the puck and then blew the whistle, and they're like, too many men. And then I came back to the bench, and Javi's like, go back to the box. So that's the following.
I always thought you fell.
part.
Someone told me you fell asleep,
No, I
woke
did
up,
not
and your
fall
line mates
asleep.
were on the ice, so you panicked
No.
and jumped on the
It's not
ice.
falling asleep. I just told
You were
the
resting
story.
your eyes. Okay, I
Yes.
get it. I totally get it.
It's hard, you know?
It is hard.
It's tough.
All right, well, everybody go out and get a cream ale from Bryan. Maybe tonight. And then give it up for Bryan, Bickell, Chicago Blackhawks legend. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Johnny.
Appreciate it. Let's get out of here.
That's it.
That's it. Let's go.
Did I finish it?
Yeah, I don't finish it. You know how to finish